So, everyone heard me crying about how Rex is a pain in the ass to fix. And some versions, it's a little less painful. In some other ones, most of them, it's the biggest pain you could ever face in fixing a robot. And I'll say this, even V2s are a whole lot easier to fix. And I thought they were harder, but no, these are the real shit. As I've said, I've already been through a Rex, a much newer model of Rex that doesn't have that many electronics, but this is the full, complete, the much more animated, the much more complex, and the much more electronic Rex. Or Patrol Robot, as you guys want to call it. It's the original Toys World version. What is it that this thing has that basically makes it so complex and so much of a pain in the ass to fix? Many things that I'll go ahead and mention one by one. So you guys see it, it's like, oh, you guys already start seeing what I'm talking about. That really big bundle of wires. That's not everything. You guys are just watching the beginning of the end. This is the other part that my other Rex does not have. Because as I've said before, my other Rex only has 2 lights, from the factory of course, should have only 2 lights and 1 board. No big deal, everything's connected to the speaker, super simple in its own way. This one by the other side has 2 battery compartments, 2 sound chips, and 5 buttons. And to make it worse, every single button does a different sound. Yes sir, yes it does. So this is basically what we were facing, and there's many things. First of all, as you guys could see, the pain of, you know, placing the board and everything, that's already a big ass pain, and I'm gonna die doing this. But the board, this is the 8 electronic sounds board, which I'm gonna actually trigger the ones that have never been heard on this Rex. So first of all, we have the ones that were actually, you know, that are actually enabled, like for example this one, and this is one of the ones that is not enabled. Then we got the telephone one, and then we got this one. And then we got the other ones, of course. And the last one. There's basically those 8 contacts, each one with joined with the main positive, make a different sound. Now the board, I'm pretty sure that the board of Kevin's was a whole lot different. I think it was tinier than this. This is I call it the Superman board because it has the shape of the Superman logo, kind of. But yeah, that's it. And then of course we have 4 wires going to each of the 2 lights in the head, 5 wires going to the machine gun, and infinity of wires going up the robot's body. That's basically one of the main things. The pain that it is to disassemble the thing, because all the wires get messed up, they go out of their positions, and it's just like, no, I hate my life for doing this. But that's not all. Talking about mechanisms, and of course, I'll try to assemble this the best I can with only one hand, because I don't have a tripod yet. There's another issue. This specific robot has a relatively normal problem, and it's actually a pretty simple one, which is that the magic gear, or the turning gear pretty much, the selective gear, is the only piece that's split. Oh damn it, the batteries. As you guys can see, it spins loose because it's not held onto the shaft. So I'm going to probably either glue it to the other gear or zip tie it, which I doubt it's going to really work. But what I'm referring, maybe yeah, it should work. What I'm referring to by saying that is, it's a pain in the ass to take this thing apart. The reason is, you don't only have to do it in a really specific way that doesn't even turn out to be successful most of the times. Because number one, you have to either break these off or take the leg apart, open it a little bit, take the back shaft off, which it already has that golden ring, that solid golden ring right there that you got to take off by strength, by force, pretty much. And then you basically have to unattach the leg. If that works out, it's relatively easy. But the thing is, taking apart the mechanism, because you got to take these levers off, and these levers are round shafts, number one. Number two, you got to do basically an unhuman strength to take these off. It's basically what it is. It's just an unhuman strength you got to do to take these. And once you have it all opened up, again, wires and everything, then the relay can also get sometimes out of position or something, and that's also a pain in the ass. But that's mostly it. Then, of course, if you got to take the legs apart, you're basically fucked. In my case, I'm fucked, and that's why I'm gonna have to break these off, regardless of what I do, because I will have to open the whole leg up to clean it up, to rewire it. Well, rewire it, I mean just resolder the wires so that they last another 20 years in both legs. So it is going to be a decent butt hurt. So if you have one of these, sell it off. Don't think about it anymore, because if you try to fix it, you're going to end up bad. If you don't know anything, if you barely know something about fixing toys, you're going to end up fucked. This one has a lot more components than my other Rex. It has a few more transistors. It also has, if I'm not wrong, a Zener diode. I've seen it somewhere around there. Yeah, it does have a little Zener diode around there. And as I've said before, it's just a plain pain in the ass. And another thing that has been messing me up, and there's not really a way I can describe it like right now, but I guess I will have to describe it with a little diagram here. This is pretty much, this little thing right here is pretty much the relay, okay? This is the sound, and this is the light. Of course, keep in mind, the sound is powered by the 3 AA's. The light is powered by the 2D batteries. Basically, they are both in contact, but they just don't go to each other. Basically, they don't go into each other's circuit. That's probably why this thing works. Because, for instance, if I were to remove, or if I were to take one AA battery off from the back, it no longer plays sound. But the lights blink, and if I do this, the light in the face and the light in the chest do actually blink. It's the classic thing. And then they change once the thing is over. Now, there's only one sensor that controls that controls both sound and light function. If I put the battery in, it makes good, it's gotta make good contact. This is basically what I'm referring to. The whole fact that this thing works with the 2D batteries and the 3 AA's in such relationship kind of calls my attention. Especially due to the fact they are both wired onto the same tins. That's why I'm gonna have to figure out how it all works out. I'm not really sure if there's any sort of diode or something that prevents one's power going into the other, you know, not to fuck up the circuit or something. I'm not quite sure about that, and I'm gonna have to find out as soon as I start taking notes about how this thing is made and everything. Because so far I've only seen one Zener diode. I'm not really sure how the other, if there's other two, which there could be. I'm not saying there is not, but there probably could be. I'm not really sure how this thing works yet. So this is why I have the diagram I'm doing of the whole thing. I've already done the wires that go out from the gun hinge, pretty much, and where each one goes to. G1, which is the, or 1G, which is button for gun, G1. Why did I put G1? I was supposed to put 1G. What a fucking retard. Of course, gun 1, gun 2 mean the lights. We got the scope, and we got the main tip that basically works when the robot says fire. They're all wired up here. You know, the brown wires for gun 2, and the brown wire, there's a couple brown wires. Well, I'm pretty sure that this one goes out from a transistor, so I'm pretty sure that this one is the one for the actual speaker. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this must be the one for the speaker because of the fact that there's a transistor going out right there, and usually, you know, transistors, as you guys know, they are meant to amplify the signal. So, basically, this brown wire may be just for the speaker. I mean, I'm pretty sure it is. But then you have this is the wire that we're looking for. The only other brown wire in the whole circuit board as far as my eyes can see. Because the other brown wires are, of course, the ones that come from the legs, which there's a brown, there's a black, and here there's 2 browns. I really don't understand. Oh, wait, what? There's a black one, too. Fuck is this shit? Huh. Okay, that makes no sense. There's 2, of course. There's a brown, maybe, oh, because this connects to the other leg, and that's where here you see, I think, a main negative going out, and here a main positive going out, if I'm not wrong. That's probably why maybe this is connected to the black wire. Am I right? Yep, it is connected to the black wire. That's okay. That's just the vinculation between both individual battery compartments of the legs. That's part of the motor and light circuit. But as I have said before, another thing that they really didn't think that well, and I'm not sure if it does have another diode or something, which it could not, but there's more than one wire going to the speaker, and that actually does have a reason. It's because when you turn it on and you make it do, I don't know, the bomb dropping sound or something, you hear that the sound does actually get distorted. So both things are being made into, like, both circuits, both sound chips are being basically heard by the same speaker, and that basically could generate a problem, a glitch, a malfunction, maybe the chip to die. Again, I'm not quite sure yet. So I've said I've only found 1 diode so far, and I don't think there's any other. Oh, no, wait, there is another one. There's another one right. Fucking hate this phone's focus. Yeah, there's only 2. Apparently, there's only 2 diodes, maybe for the lights. And I'm not sure what they've done for the speaker, but it ain't. It's just not good. I'll just say that. It ain't good. But yeah, I mean, that's practically it. So I guess I'll start taking notes. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video with more updates on how this thing is built. So as I've said before, just to make a clear summary of the whole problems that this thing has, you cannot take it apart properly because this is always obstructing, even though you're supposed to take the head off, but this just doesn't come off because it's just how it is. You got to take the backpack off in this one. That's one thing I forgot. You got to take the backpack out. Because my other one doesn't have it. My other one only runs with these batteries. Wires. The way it's made from the gearbox. It's a cleverly made robot. I won't say it is not. But it needs much more improvements at what they've made. Because in that one they did improve it a little bit. But not that much. I mean, the other one. That one does have clicker gear that I had to disable because it was just crap. But it had a clicker gear instead of a standard gear. That's good, but it splits anyways. It's just not a, it's not a big difference. The rest is just the same. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and bye.